Hello, I am Krishna. In this video, we are going to discuss about the standalone applications and web applications. In the web applications, various structures are there. Means various architectures. First one is monolithic architecture and distributed architecture. In this distributed architecture, microservice architecture and service-oriented architecture. And then we are going to discuss about the what is the purpose of Maven, why you are using Maven software, and then we are going to discuss about Spring Boot application, how to run Spring Boot application on Tomcat server. Firstly, standalone applications. Firstly, if you want to build some software applications, there are so many terminologies there. Uh, Basic terminologies are most commonly used companies are standalone applications and web applications. Standalone applications are software program that operate independently and single mission without any internet is known as standalone applications. We can say in simple terms of standalone applications is we can going to run in single system without any internet. For example, we can say Notepad and MS Word and web applications. Web application is a software application that hosted in server and accessible over the network. Web applications are communicated via HTTP protocols and the internet interact with them either through a web browser or through programmatic interface like REST APIs, which can be structured as a monolithic or distributed. In simple terms, we can say that web application is a web application you cannot able to run without internet. If you want to run web applications on server, definitely we need a internet. Then only we can able to run. It happens via HTTP request. There are some HTTP protocol requests are there, that is get mapping, post mapping, put mapping, etc. And coming to microservice architecture. For example, if you want to build a web application, there are some architectures are there to build the web applications. First one is monolithic architecture. Monolithic architecture is single architecture. Let me wait. I can open Paint. I can show you how it is. Here you can you observe clearly. This is a monolithic architecture. Monolithic architecture is nothing but single all the services in single unit. These all services are tightly coupled. UAE service and login service, data access, these all the services are going to only single structure and it maintained by the only single server. Earlier days, all the companies are following the monolithic architecture, but is to maintain monolithic architecture, it is very difficult to them to maintain because of if you want to add new features, it is very difficult to add as per client guidelines. Because of if you want to add new features in login, whole application will going to crash, and also it is going to take a lot of time to understand the codes, and also it take a lot of time to configure the one end to another end. And also we have one disadvantage by using monolithic architecture. For example, Amazon Big Billion Days, that day so many people are coming to Amazon website, that so many people are coming to access the Amazon website, and that day some people are going to buy product, that day so many users are coming to Amazon website, that huge traffic will be happening. That time the server going to shut down, server going to down, because of they're maintaining only single server. It is very difficult to maintain large applications. If we want to maintain large applications, horizontal application, definitely we need to we need to use microservice architecture. Microservice architecture is nothing but this is a microservice architecture. In this microservice architecture, it is break down to different services. Service one having different service one ha- having independent server, and service 2 having independent server 2, and server 3 having independent server 3. Each service having each DB. It is easy to maintain the code, and also you can able to easy to add the new features as for client guidelines. Easy to understand the business logics, and easy to understand the all the properties in the microservice architecture. For example, if you take Amazon Big Billion Days, that day we are going to, so many people are coming to access the Amazon website. We can able to easily book the place the orders, because of each server maintain the each service. For example, uh, place the order service is maintain the different servers, and payment service maintaining the different server, different service having different servers. So no, there is no huge traffic you will be having in this microservice architecture. So many big companies are using micro following microservice architecture, like Uber and Netflix. These companies are using microservice architecture. Easy to understand the uh, user requirement, and also you can able to add the based on the uh, clients. You can able to easily maintain the code, and also you can able to add the new features as per client guidelines. This is a very important architecture on the software. And coming to next topic is Maven. Now we are going to discuss about the Maven. Maven is required. What is the purpose of Maven? We can discuss in this. We can discuss now. Maven is a build tool. It is a generate the jar files and var files, ER files. Jar files is nothing but standalone applications, and var file is nothing but web applications. ER file nothing but enterprise applications. And jar file only having Java code, and coming to var file having CSS code, HTML, different structures and styles, and Java code. And coming to enterprise applications, this is a large application, so it having the all the all the HTML code style, HTML code, CSS code, and JavaScript code, and Java code. It is large. If you want to build large applications like banking application, definitely they're using to enterprise ER file. Sorry, ER file. Jar file is a jar file is jar file and ER file, and VR file, jar file, and ER file, and var file generated based on the source code. If we want to generate the jar file, we need to build. We need to tool is required. That is Maven. Maven is a build tool. which is used to convert the entire source code into artifact artifact and jar tool. We need to give jar input to jar files, var files and er files to the Tomcat server. Then only it will going to run over the server our application. Yeah, Maven is mainly used in Java projects. Maven is handled by the Apache standard. Maven is open source software application. So everybody can download the Maven applications. And also we have another platform is there to build the jar file, that is a Glider. And also another one is there, that is Ant. Each Maven is very it is very useful to Java to build the jar files. Uh, if to build this jar file in Spring Boot, one command is there, that is clean Spring Boot run. Spring Boot run. If you run this command, sorry, not clean Spring Boot run, clean package. If you use this command, if you use this command, it will give the in the Spring Boot, it will give the jar file. That can be that jar file you that jar file you can able to run on the servers. Now I am going to run our application on servers. Let me open Tomcat. Let me open Spring Boot. Here, firstly we need to create one Spring Starter project. Now I am going to give a name is web server application. This is we are using Maven because of Maven is a Maven is if you want to build jar files, wire files, ER files, definitely Maven is required. And I am using the version is 17. Com dot web server application. I am given to the packages com dot web service server application, web server application. Artifact I am giving web server application, and version it is not required, and Spring web application com dot spring dot web application I am removing, and I am giving to the this name. Now I am giving to the next. Now we need to add the dependencies in this. If you want to run a Spring web application, definitely we need web Spring web. This is a one of the dependency. Now our application will going to appear here. Now we need to select. Please wait. Now this is a main. This is the main package. This is the main package, and this is resource file. This is Maven dependency. Pom.xml is we need to add. This is all the dependencies available in this pom.xml file, and repositories is also available in this pom.xml file. This is our package. This is our class. In this class we have methods. Now I am going to write in this class. In this main package we need to create different layers, that is repository layer. If you want to build some web applications, repository layer, and controller layer, and third one is user layer. Here, now I am going to run this application and server. So before that we need to write some code. Now you need to observe carefully. REST control is nothing but it is if you want to use the REST control, it is it is interact with the web applications. In this REST controller we have HTTP request methods, that is put method, get method, post method. Post method is nothing but our data when you are going to fill the one form, that time when you are going to fill the one form application, we are entered all the details like name, DOB, and the time it will give into the server. Server is verify the IP address, then give into the response back to the um, client. I will show you for example. This is the this is client and server. Client is nothing but user. User is trying to filling the one one application, one job application. So like in this job applications, names and password is entered, then it will go into the server. Server is verify the name and name and password. Enter details are corrected or not corrected. Is the database in the database available or not checked? And server is giving back to the response to the client. This is this is how it is worked. Now REST controller. Now we are going to create one class. So class we need controller class because of we are using we are dealing with the server. That is the reason we are controller is nothing but it is control the all the server related. And get mapping we are using, I mean get mapping HTTP request method is to get the all the data from user. Get mapping hello. Now I entered hello public string, say hello is a method I created, then return Java demo. Now I'm going to enter Java demo. Now this is a Java demo. The statement I need to print in server, print on server. We have one shortcut key to import the all configurations. Control Shift O. Then some mistake will happen, I guess. Now it is no errors are in this code. Now I am going to run this application on my server. HTTP localhost. Firstly, we need to check whether application is running or not. Then only we are going to run our applications. Firstly, we need to run as, click the run as, then maven build clean package. Previously I told if you enter this command it will give the jar tool. In our application there is no errors. There is no errors. In this application there is no errors. Firstly, when we are going to, when you enter now class and package, class clean and package. Clean is nothing but it will give the all the imported related. It will clean the our application, and it will give the what is the we are entering a source code that required. It will give the import the packages. Then jar file also generated. Now we are going to run our applications. Run as maven build. Then we can need to enter clean spring boot run. If we want to run our application, definitely we need to enter this command spring hyphen boot run, then enter run. Here observe the carefully, our application is running on 8080 server. Now I am going to run our application on 8080. Java demo. You can observe clearly our application is running. Now I want to change server port. We can easily change our server. Firstly, we need to come to the application properties. Now I want default server is running 8080. Now I want to change our Spring Boot application to run 8081. Nothing you need to do, just you need to enter server 8081 server dot port dot server dot port 8081. Already our application is running 8080. Now I want to 8081. I want to run in this server. Again you need to run as maven build. Need to enter clean package. There is no errors in this our code. Now I am going to run as maven build clean Spring Boot run. Now you can observe carefully here. Our application is running 808. We can easily modify the what which server you want. Default server it will take the Tomcat server 8080. Now I am running 8081. We can clearly see here. Sorry. Sorry. In this we are entered 8081. Now I am going to run our application on server. No need, nothing we are going to do here. Just our port number is 8081. If I want to, if I'm not going to change, it will give the error. See here, change localhost. I guess our server is also running 8080. Now I want to stop 8080 server. This is already running. That is the reason this application also again it is running. Now I want to stop this application. 8080 currently is running. You can see carefully. You can observe here. Our application is running 8080. Now I want to change port number. So we need to stop this server. Again we need to run this application. Run as for manual build clean Spring Boot run. Now our server is running 8081. Now come to the browser. Now if I want to, if I run this server, it will not going to print any output because of we are changed. See here, because of we are changed our port. That is the main reason. It will not going to run. Now I want to change accordingly our application. It will give the output. It will show it. It will show the output. Sorry. This big letter, right? If I run 8080 port, it will not going to run because of we are changed our port. Observe here carefully. Our server also running is 8081 port. If I want to run this server 8080, Nothing we have to do, just we need to change application properties. Then if I run again this boot run, hit 0, we have changed our port. That is the reason our Tomcat server is started to working on 8080. If I run this server on 8080, will going to run. If I give 8081, it will not going to run. Because we are already changed our port. We want to run our application, just simply localhost is nothing but our local machine. 8080 is a port, and here is we are entered here. We are written code in this main package. This is your get mapping. This is it is mapping to the, I mean, it is get to the uh, from client, from server to it get to the rest control. The here main purpose of rest control is it give the request to the rest controller. Then only our server, our application is going to run on server. Else it will not going to run. That's enough.